Well, all in all, though, I think the summit today is going great. Putting this thing together was kind of definitely the very first run-of-the-mill thing. We haven't been down this road before. It was difficult at times. We definitely had our ups and downs, arguments between us, but honest disagreement is often a good sign of progress, like we've been doing this whole time. And I think coordinating it, though, was definitely a great experience between all of us. It brought us together, tore us apart. I don't know, I think we did a great job as far as everything that went on.
What do you think? Well, my experience organizing economics for the first time, it was very, very stressful. Let's put it that way. We were kind of learning on the fly. Like I said, there was disagreements, and it kind of split us apart a little bit. But what friendship is the glue that holds us all together. And just that was actually one of the things that kept me coming back to work was. It's not a job, it's an adventure, I get to hang out with my friends, my brother, and we get to do some great things and make some great changes.
I thought it was an interesting experience indeed. I never thought that we would be given this project to do. And I'm glad that we did it. We were warned at least a month in advance.
We definitely could have used a little bit more time. So, I don't know, man, what do you think about being involved with what do you think about being involved with
So where's it going to take us in the future? I can see that, we can start developing our own regulations. We can develop our own ISP. We can show people and, some of the older generation that we can do these things, All you need to do is believe.
I totally see like Ogema Communications not only around Gladys County, but beyond.
And especially too, though, with the tribe not really having any ordinances and regulations with the rights and ways and all of these agreements that telecoms normally have with just regular townships, that's something we can bring to the table for our tribe and definitely make it a lot easier and a lot better coverage for our area. Because the lack of families, we all know it's definitely underserved, big time.
Most of the Northwoods is. What about the past? Let's talk about that. How did you get involved in Ogema, brother?
Well, let's start it off. I wanted
Why?
the how and the why. The why, well, let's start off there. The why, I wanted to have a high-tech, nice-paying job so I could keep going to school for the renewable energy degree that I was pursuing in the first place. And it kind of just grew from there, all these things we're doing, learning different aspects about right away is the technology, meeting with government.
You thought it was going to be?
Oh, I never thought it was going to be easy.
I kind of thought it was going to be a cakewalk.
I thought it was going to be too.
I had no idea what I was getting involved in.
I had no idea it was so
It was a good experience. So I remember I first started a couple of weeks in. I was like, I'm not sure if this is for me. And like, for one, I don't want to waste anybody's time and stick around for too long. And lo and behold, 9 months later, here we are, and we're all doing great.
I was told there was a broadband apprenticeship, and I just signed up and just went from there. And it was just, I'm glad I did it. I'm very glad I did it. I learned a lot, especially about what it takes to be an ISP.
Especially that whole thing with Mayville too, when we were out there.
Oh yeah, the directional board.
Yeah, and getting to know what it's like being a project manager and an engineer with consultant. That was great. That was a good experience too.
Yeah, the only part about that was like the horror stories of how it could go terribly wrong. So I definitely kept that out of my mind,
Oh, yeah, that's all I can think
as
of.
much as possible. But
But all in all, though, I think Ogema's going to be great for this whole area. Definitely for the tribe in the future. Because for one, we need some sort of resource for revenue for this place. It's going to be a great one. along with the other presentations that went on today, like with the one that Energize, that's something that we definitely want to keep in mind and dig into. Along with the next presentations that will be coming up, and can't wait for what's his name, Avant. That guy, I want to hear that one again.
I got another one. Maybe a question could be asked. Why isn't Ogema Communications? Like, why don't we have a building or stuff like that? Can you guys explain why we don't?
I can explain exactly why we don't.
Go for
I
it.
kind of did it, touched on it a little bit on the presentation. Is we had to go through this big process. We had to become an ETC, an eligible telecommunications carrier, and that wasn't the only part. To participate in the tribal mobility 902 auction, we had to have access to spectrum. And as you can tell, that's a very, very hard thing to come by because the telcos don't want to give it up.
Yeah. Or a kid on the playground with a
Yeah.
football and don't want to share it.
Yeah,
Extremely valuable. Well, that's why I'm kind of happy we came across that thing. And spectrum is a natural resource too.
and it's funny that you say it that way because when I was talking to Kevin McGinnis from FirstNet, and I said, well, the FCC auctions, in a nutshell, simplest boiled down terms is, you got this big old kid sitting in this big old sandbox and he's playing with his toy. Well, you're this new little telco that wants to come along. But in order to play in that sandbox, you have to have this big mean kid give you one of his toys so you can enter that sandbox. I like that. That's basically it. Yeah, Kevin McGinnis thought it was pretty funny too.
That is exactly the point.
It is though. That's basically what it boiled down to.
Yeah, and plus we needed grant funding too to even start this.
And coming back to Ogema too, if we get that spectrum, there's no limit. The sky won't even stop us then.
It all boils down
Basically,
to that.
the 902 mobility, that would have been like our grants. That's free money. The tribe would have had to put up some money.